Welcome back, gorgeous and beautiful people from the internet. My name is Manzi Games. Today we're continuing on with our beautiful series over here, My Mythic Plus Experience, where we're gonna play Vengeance Demon Hunter, or also known as a tanking Demon Hunter over here. I don't know why this guy wants to transfer the poison here on this boss, but it was becoming so annoying. So I just started to kite like a retard because I know they're slowed. The guys are poisoned, but he almost got me still. So it's definitely deliberate as someone that maybe want to either slow me down or, I don't know, make the key, get a full wipe or something. I'm not too sure what he's trying to accomplish there. Other than that, this was just a smooth run. Wakers Mana 9, no issues. I think we did the key extremely fast. I also have a cheat sheet up to see which keys I have to farm. And 9 is the perfect place because you start to get gear that is not as strong as hero gear, obviously. You can only farm hero gear from 18 to 20, just by the way. Yeah, I think so. And then it's just better to farm the one before that also. So I'm going to farm the one before that, which is 9s. So that I can actually start getting some IO, number 1. And number 2 is also to start getting some gear that I could potentially use on higher keys. So finishing up this key, we got a 859 score in total. We got 45 for finishing that, plus 3. That was phenomenal. I also don't think I got the shoes there, or the ring. I think you needed the ring, yeah. So unfortunately, I think we got no loot, but I'll double check. Okay, I double checked and unfortunately I did not get the items. Not one of the items that dropped in the previous key. Okay, so next we got invited to a 9. I think this is a rise or could be a fall. I'm not too sure. I need... Let's just say it's a rise. No. Dawn of the Infinite. And yeah, you can see right now the DPS meter at the bottom right. For some reason I have my bag open. But in the DPS meter in the bottom right, we only have one person doing damage right now. And that is the Monk. The Monk is doing 150k DPS. And the rest is pretty much not doing great. Let's just say that for now. But obviously, I'm doing more DPS than one of the people. So I'm very unhappy about this because I jump in like a retard. And then obviously I couldn't even kick because I was on cooldown. 2 of these guys come up. I think I imprisoned one of them. Yeah, no, I have not. No, I did not. So he's casting. But yeah, right there, my kick is again on cooldown. Right? It's 9 seconds on cooldown. So this is where the problem comes in. I didn't pull all the ads here because after we kill this group, the boss spawns. So normally I kill these ads that we're going for right now afterwards, okay? But because we have to kick, I jump in like a retard, couldn't kick because it's still on cooldown anyway, and then yeah, it just caused deaths. Many deaths. Okay, it wasn't that many. But yeah, it instantly became pretty bad. The key instantly became pretty bad. Trying to imprison, trying to like kick AoE, trying to get some control under. But the one thing I realized, you know what? I'm not going to die when the guy jumps to the sand. I'm not going to die. So you know what? From now on forward, I'm literally going to try and kick it. I just sat here, I'm like, bro, go kick that because it's your job. It's not my job. It's not my job. I tried to do that, it doesn't work. I'm going to just sit here. You guys kick it. It will come back to me. That's the best thing we can do. So we had a bad situation, but I think it was bad because of like how it was implemented, right? But after that pull, you can still see low DPS, and it just became even worse. But more on this later. So guys, this boss was a nightmare and I need to talk about it. So right now, let's get into this. The DPS is pretty bad. So right now, we didn't pull all the ads, right? There's a 1-pack up. Oopsie. Right there at the top left, you can see it right there. We have 3 ads up, or 4 ads up, right there. Okay? So I generally try and get to this location myself. But unfortunately, sometimes people don't care. Like this guy right here, they run forward, and they didn't pull the ads there, but it was close. Like there's no need for them to run up to the ads at all. Also, they're aiming the pizza slices to the middle. That's also something that gets to me. So it doesn't matter like where I stand right now, the slices is gonna be bad. So that's just what it is. And guess what? Now I'm gonna be the one that's running into the gold here to try and clear out this from taking damage. And as I run around, guess what happens? Someone pulled the ads on the right side. You can see them like off screen starting to cast. And I realized this because I saw a ping from my big wigs that I use, or little wigs, that the enemies is casting stuff and we need to kick. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run here right now. Because we have the buff up, we should just kill these ads quick. But to be quite honest, the biggest problem is to group them. So I got them grouped finally, and I didn't realize this, but as I try and group the enemies, right, I think, yeah, there's a AoE circle that we have to go stand in it. So there's only one person that respawn and be like, oh, you know, we need to go stand in there. And then guess who it was? It was the healer. And he's got 1 slapped, and yeah, that caused the wipe, unfortunately. Right off the bat, I was like, okay, I need to just leave this key because, you know, the damage is way too low. You can see the damage at the moment is 63k DPS by the biggest guy. The mage is doing absolute nothing. Nothing. I don't know how you do a 9 key with someone. Like we have to do the balls now. But I'm like, okay, maybe I should get the speed buff. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try my best to get as much as possible. Trying to use cooldowns to just try and get something done. Burning cooldowns, getting HP, because I can pretty much solo this boss. Right, I'm trying to do everything I can to just stay alive. And then I was like, okay, this will add up. And then I got one-shotted. So right here, I was like, should I just leave? Because the damage is way too low. People body pulled ads that was up there for 4 balls in a row. Like, dude, I should just leave. Right? That's what I should have done. But to be quite honest, we killed that boss fairly easily after that. Like, luckily I didn't leave because I was very, very close. I'm also the only person dealing with the affix. And you can see that the guy doesn't even know how to use this thingy so that, you know, doesn't cause him to die. So, in my opinion, it was only me and the monk playing the game, and the rest was just there. I don't need a healer, and the healer is not healing me anyway, right? That's pretty much what it comes down to. And eventually I just told the monk, because you can see he touched and I imprisoned, so we're both overlapping stuff. He's the only person I can talk to, so eventually we'll just try and get this, you know, the situation under control, because we're the only 2 people playing the game. And if we fail, the key fails. So eventually we did get Chromie's body in the next fight. The previous one, nothing happened. And then we ping like crazy, and people still remain in front of it. And then, to be honest, dude, it's a 9 key. You should be able to out heal that, but we won't talk. We won't talk about that. It's just a joke. Okay. Because at the moment, the mage is healing himself more than the healer is healing at all. Right? So, yeah, we don't want to talk about too much about other people's skills. The one thing I realized is also this game is a lot easier the higher you go. At lower keys, it feels like everyone is just clowning out the game right now. So yeah, it's very hard to actually play the game, to be quite honest. But yeah. Luckily, we just got to the final boss here, and I'm just happy that we timed the key. I'm actually surprised we timed the key. Let me be honest here. It was just disastrous, man. This was most probably the hardest 9 key I've done. Mentally, I would say. But yeah. On to the next one, dude. Before we go there, let's just see our IO score. Someone still died. You can see we have no damage, so the boss just stays up forever. But yeah, there we go. 944 score and 85 we got from that from this key. So 85 is what we got, and 944 is our total score right now. On to the next one, dude. And you can see over here that the monk was like, he's the only person with a Russian name, by the way. Thank you for the run, tank. And then I whispered him saying, thank you for the key. And then this guy responded, Kak tank. So if you are Russian or Ukrainian, please let me know what that means. Because in my opinion, it means shit tank. And then the guy who said that is the mage. So the mage that did 25,000 DPS. Overall, so just so you know what that was. So the next key we got invited for was an Everbloom 9. I'm trying to do all the keys on 9s, and then we'll do 10s, 11s, you know, until I get the gear, and then I'll do up until 18s. 18s is a good spot to like end, or to like camp for a little bit until you have a decent amount of hero gear. But yeah, the next key we got invited for is the Everbloom 9. This is another bad group. I just want to show you guys a little bit, just to the numbers here on the bottom right. At the moment, I'm doing the second highest DPS. To be honest, dude, I leveled up to 70, like, this is day 2, right? So I'm already super negative about this because the damage numbers is really low. I'm using everything I can here to, like, you know, to kite. I would have jumped very soon. I'm just trying to pull them all together to get them slowed and stuff. So we unfortunately have a full team wipe here. Up until this point, we had no death. I don't know why it says 6 there, because we had no death until this point. Yeah, it should be 5. But yeah, so right now I'm just reverting again to the numbers, right? This just got me extremely angry because that pull would have been done if we just had more AoE stuns. Like we have some AoE stuns, I'm 100% sure of it. The healer himself is doing also no damage, 1.2k in total. It's not the healer's job to do damage, but like that is a lot of chunks of that DPS that's just gone, right? A good restoration druid would do roughly about 50k DPS as well throughout the whole run. To be honest, that is already more than our balanced druid in total. Not just that, but it's very close to how much this enhancement shaman is doing as well. So just keep in mind, guys, the previous key that I had that was so taxing, this is the very next key I'm getting. So I'm already very negative about this, right? You can see my DPS there, 200k. No one else is doing damage, dude. How? It's a fucking 10 pool. How are you not doing any DPS? I really don't get this. So you would also assume people doing +9s, they would actually know this key by now, right? So I was just pulling here, jumping in, and then using my stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm going to just interrupt this because you need to interrupt 2 things, right? I have an add-on here, a weak aura, that will tell me when to interrupt left, when to interrupt right. That's pretty much the weak aura. So you can also see that the people stay on top of the ad, and then, or on top of the boss. You can see we have to kick right now, but no one's kicking. So guess what? I'm stunned. I get away, but it's a little bit too late. We almost had one die there. So I'm back on the left side because we're supposed to kill this one first. It is extremely important that he does not get his stun off. But it's also the DPS's job to get off him. I'm not going to pull the boss somewhere that we can't attack the boss in the first place, right? That's just what it is. Right interrupt, it shows there again. Guess who interrupts? No one, because I'm not doing it. Everyone's interrupts off cooldown. I'm the only one that has to run away. No one is interrupting. We have a, what's it called? A balance druid that can range interrupt, even though it's 1 minute. Dude, it's just terrible. We have a kill, we have a death here. The boss hasn't moved at all. I have to go cage that, but I can't move because if I move, I can't kick. So I'm gonna go and cage this because no one else will. But I'm like, okay, there's circles again on that guy. We can't go back there. This was just a nightmare. Interrupt left. I should have done that. My interrupt's on cooldown. I was like, okay, I'm gonna just reset this boss because people don't know how this boss works. It got me so negative, so I explained everything to them. And do you think it will go better? So this is the second pull we had, right? We killed the healer. You would think that's hunky-dory because people know how to move now. No, that was just... Let me just skip ahead and see what happens. So I put the cage down. I got stunned or something, right? Why did I just stay there for that long? I interrupted. My cage is still on cooldown. There, I got cage down. But there's 2 ads of them. And I'm the only ones taking care of this. I eventually died. Okay, that's what happened. And I didn't get a B-Riz. That's what happened here. So I don't know why I died, to be quite honest. It's like, is the healer out of mana? No, but the healer is like very low on mana. When I died, let me just see here. Yeah, my Metamorphosis still had 25-second cooldown on it. So like it was close some time before. So yeah. Oh, also, do you see Bloodlust? No, there's no Bloodlust cooldown. So we have a Shaman enhancement that does 30k DPS on this boss that doesn't use his only ability that can contribute damage. So yeah, I told him I'm done, sorry. Or maybe I'll try one more. One more pull. Yeah, I tried one more, dude. Wow. So yeah, we tried the boss for the 3rd time, but you would think after the 3rd time, people would be able to move when I'm moving. They still don't. Even though I told them to. I'm still the only one caging or CCing the ad that comes. Dude, the stun happened. Cage. Like, I have to kick stuff. The healer is dead. I was like, fuck this, dude. I'm done. I'm sorry, but yeah. This is not something I can carry. I'm not geared enough to carry people. It's also not my job to carry people. So very unfortunate, 60k DPS. I'm just done. Trying to reset, but was a little bit far out. Thank you for key, guys. That's what I said. And I was like, bye, have a great time. So yeah, the next key we got invited for is a Dark Heart Thicket 10. And everything went hunky-dory so far. We finished first boss, everything was good, and then all of a sudden, whip, someone died, stood in something, potentially, yeah, he's right there dead by the mushroom. I saw his body fall over. So he walked into a mushroom, or didn't move at all, and then just got one shot. Then he was laying there for 10 minutes, dude. Dude, release, man. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm not gonna wait until someone raises you. So I'm gonna keep us in combat, bro. And I told them, release. Not gonna be honest. What am I saying? Not gonna be honest. To be honest, guys, these fear dudes is way easier to handle than I thought. And the reason being is because I have 2 AoE silences, an AoE stun, 2 AoE pulled togethers. It's just like so easy to control these guys. It's ridiculous. So the only thing you do need is good damage, and I will be killing them, or I will be CCing them all by myself. Yeah, that's crazy, right? I think it might be the only tank that has this much control, and I guess that's why it's an S tier tank, right? God tier tank, dude. That makes sense now. Alrighty then, boss 3, boss 2 in hunky dory, no issues, and boss 3, oops, someone, you know, pulled the whole dungeon because they didn't press W. I mean, that must be really hard to do. God damn it. Full team wipe because someone can't press W. You know, I wouldn't have blamed them with last week's affix. When you get root under you, it makes you a lot slower. But this week, I don't think you have even the slightest of an excuse. You know, it's really not that difficult. Stay on the boss and just press W when the wind happens. I'll make sure that the frontal is not pointed to you. It's really an easy boss, to be quite honest. And the only time you have to move... Oopsie. That was maybe my video. Oh yeah, I was on the wrong side. Now you can see actually the chat there on the top left. If you want to pause and read it. The only time you have to move is when there's earthquake or the rocks falling. That's it. Otherwise, you'll just press W when the boss is flapping its wings. So other than that one wipe, I think this was a pretty solid key. After those 2 bad keys that I got that I showed you guys, this was definitely a relief, man. This was definitely a relief. Unfortunately, it's, you know, you're gonna get brain dead people. Oh, I wouldn't call them brain dead, but you're gonna get newer people at lower keys that pretty much don't watch streams, and they also refuse to maybe learn from other people. But at the end of the day, you know, it's just like you're farming right now to get to the 18s, where majority of the people know what they're doing. So yeah, we finally broke the 1000 IO mark, and we're sitting on plus 80 for this key here. So pretty awesome stuff. And I think he did give me that back, to be honest. So very, very happy about that. We didn't get the bracer, but didn't need it too much because it both... Oh, it's a champion. Yeah, I think he needed the bracer. But that back is absolutely huge for me. It's 2 of my best stats, which is haste and crit. Guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for taking time out of your day supporting the channel. If you want to support it a tiny tad more, please make sure to leave a like. It really does help a lot. Subscribe if you are new, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the very next video. If you want to support it also a little bit more, make sure you use the link in the description to come to my Twitch. I stream every single day, and who knows, I also could be playing with you. You know what I'm saying? I do some viewer content also, playing with viewers every now and then. It's not going to be the whole day, but I won't mind doing some keys with my fans. Like, it's just how it is, man. So the only way for me to do that is if you tune into the live stream. And unfortunately, you have to play on Europe. We found a viewer today that is unfortunately on the NA server. So, you know, unfortunately I can't play with NA people. But if you are on EU, there's no reason not to. We could be playing together soon. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.